Corrosion is an unseen threat to your technical installations. Inspection methods used are often labor-intensive, time-consuming and expensive. Applus RTD can change this. The Applus RTD INCOTEST system can save you a lot of time and money. The INCOTEST is an excellent tool for measuring the average wall thickness of objects covered by an insulating layer of rock wool, foam glass, concrete, fireproofing or marine growth. It is also perfect for objects that can only be accessed with difficulty or at great expense, for example, subsea piping. The range of applications is enormous. This pulsed eddy current technology is an excellent inline tool for prioritizing further inspections during a shutdown or maintenance work. Advantages of Applus RTD INCOTEST include measurements can be performed inline. It can be used at depths down to 2,000 meters. It is fast, up to 1,000 measurements a day are possible. And it can operate on batteries or mains power, so you are fully prepared for the job wherever it might be. System performance. Wall thickness from 6 to 65 millimeters. Insulation thickness up to 200 millimeters. Diameter down to 50 millimeters and up to flat plates. Temperatures from -150 degrees centigrade to 500 degrees centigrade. Accuracy plus or minus 5%. Duration of one measurement between 4 and 10 seconds. The Applus RTD INCOTEST system is a pulsed eddy current technique to measure the remaining average wall thickness of a ferromagnetic object through an intermediate layer. A low-frequency pulsed magnetic field generates an eddy current at the surface of the material. Every time the magnetic field changes, eddy currents are generated in opposition to the change. As they diffuse, they generate a magnetic field which is detected by the receiver coil in the probe. The average remaining wall thickness within the enclosed magnetic field or footprint can therefore be calculated. Applus RTD INCOTEST equipment is plug and play. The equipment can be set up and ready for inspection in just a few minutes. Steel sheet piling is a good example. A traditional approach would involve huge costs for the removal of marine growth and generate only a few dozen measurements per day. Applus RTD INCOTEST does not require the removal of marine growth such as barnacles. A diver can perform over 1,000 measurements a day. Inspection data can be used to determine, for instance, where a harbour authority's maintenance budget can best be used. The INCOTEST data can be used to predict lifetimes and ideal inspection intervals. Storage spheres under pressure can be found all over the world and are one of the main applications for RTD INCOTEST. Over 1,000 have already been inspected worldwide. The legs of the spheres are covered by fireproofing, which has to be removed when traditional approaches such as ultrasonics are used. The INCOTEST equipment can be applied directly to the fireproofing without taking the sphere out of service. The legs can often be inspected without scaffolding. Depending on the number of legs and height, all the legs can be inspected within 2 to 4 days. The inspection data can be used to calculate the stability of the sphere and for strength calculations. Applus RTD INCOTEST ensures the safety of the sphere over its lifetime at a cost 1/5 of the traditional approach. The INCOTEST can be applied on piping and vessels on offshore platforms, risers and jacket construction piping, subsea piping, flow-accelerated corrosion in nuclear power plants, corrosion under the insulation layer on distillation columns, and piping and vessels in process installations. With Applus RTD INCOTEST, the RTD Group helps clients to reduce inspection costs of a great variety of processes and structural objects. Providing inspection data without incurring access costs can result in a 30% saving on the overall inspection budget of an offshore platform. This figure can rise to 80% for inspections of the legs of spherical tanks. Beyond these cost savings, Applus RTD INCOTEST can provide inspection data prior to a maintenance shutdown and is therefore also an ideal planning tool. Applus RTD, non-destructive testing and inspection.